The game you're seeing is Journey, and I'm certain that a fair few of you already know about this. It was released about a decade ago, and it's a co-op indie game where you pair up with another anonymous person with your same avatar. It's a pretty short game, but I thoroughly enjoyed playing it. I'm starting this video off showcasing Journey because, well, playing this game gave me an idea. The crazy thing is, I've owned Journey since the summer of 2020, but I just forgot it existed in my Steam library. I was scrolling down my library to find Rocket League and accidentally clicked on it. So then I thought to myself, how many other games have I purchased in the past but just never played, and jotted down a list of them. And here they are, a list of 20 games that I've either A, never touched, B, wanted to finish but haven't, or C, haven't played in ages and wanted to revisit. I've gone through many different phases of the games I play that last anywhere from a few weeks to a couple years on and off. Minecraft, Getting Over It, Mario Kart Wii, Overwatch, and so on. For those of you that have watched my stuff here on YouTube for a while, you know that I'm currently in this Tetrio phase, and it's probably the longest I've been able to play a single game non-stop before getting burned out. But I can feel the burnout coming, so aside from the reason for this series being high quality content for the people, I'm playing through all of these to experience some new stuff that I haven't played before. And hopefully, in turn, I won't get burned out on Tetrio. So each week, I put the entire list on wheelofnames.com and raffle for 4 titles. I then make a Twitch poll for viewers to vote on the best game out of the 4. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Steam Game Shuffle. Our first game of the month is called PAC-MAN Championship Edition DX, and since this game is a non-story driven arcade game, I only spent an hour or 2 on it. However, I really enjoyed this modern version of Pac-Man that just felt like an acid trip the entire time. I like the visuals and effects going on, especially when collecting the big tic-tac thing. I don't know, man, I always call them tic-tacs. If you like the original, you'll like this. There's a lot of maps and modes to choose from, and as an added plus, if you get too close to a ghost, there's a really cool anime line effect as time slows down. Not much else to be said, enjoyable, just very short and to the point. Great title to choose if you only have 10 minutes or so to play something. Next up, we have Rivals of Aether. Now, let me just say this at the risk of being ridiculed on the internet, I don't really care much for fighting games. I've played some in the past I enjoyed, but not to the point of coming back to them, so sorry Smash players.
I put crack in their hot dogs.
Rivals of Aether is a game I'm definitely going back to play very soon. First things first, it has a very cool chiptune soundtrack with a lot of modern influences, which is immediately a good sign for me. The whole game has this retro vibe that I really like, and there's a lot to play. There's a story mode and abyss mode where you can level up your fighters, and there's couch co-op, which is always a good feature to have, especially in a fighting game. What does game speed mean? I feel like I'm on crack right now. All the different characters in this game actually have neat abilities, and there's something really satisfying about how smooth they made the animations for some of the attacks. Everything just generally flows really well together. Watch this, chat. He's not even ready for me to open the shop. He wasn't even ready. This really has nothing to do with gameplay, but basically any fighting game with a decent following will have some good, like, crazy players in tournaments, which is always fun to watch. Dude, I'm witnessing an axolotl battling a stickman with a yo-yo as his weapon. This is sick. One thing I will know is that this game is probably best played on a controller. I recently bought an Xbox One controller, which works great on my PC, but this game is also available on Switch if you're interested. The default keyboard controls are a little goofy, but what maniac would use a keyboard to play a fighting game anyways? Wait, isn't Tetrio a fighting game? Oh no. Next, we have Doom Eternal. This is one of the games in my library that I played about 3 or 4 hours of, but considering I never even touched the campaign mode and only played a few free-for-all matches online, I put it on the list. Once again, banger soundtrack here. The whole electronic mix with heavy metal vibe fits with this game perfectly, just as it does in Doom 2016, since you have these hellish monster cyborg gamers trying to kill you non-stop through the whole thing. I thought the campaign would be fairly easy and tried playing on ultra violence during my first playthrough, which is the equivalent of hard mode. The game still has nightmare mode and I'm genuinely terrified of how difficult that mode must be. Doom Eternal is certainly a game that pushed me out of my comfort zone, as I had to change the difficulty down to normal about 2 hours into the campaign. I'm also just bad at video games, but you know, I'm working on it. I still haven't beaten the campaign, but I plan to complete it in its entirety. There were very interesting missions, a good bit of parkour, and some fights that came out of seemingly nowhere and caught me off guard. I was also fascinated by the weapon and armor upgrades, and I was always excited to see what the next gun I would find would be. I still haven't made it even halfway through the campaign. Yeah, I know, it's a bit early to be talking about a game I haven't completed all the way, but I can at least attempt to explain. You guys know how at the beginning of games, they'll like explain how to play the game and walk you through each attack and special move you do? Yeah, I pretty much ignored all of those for no reason other than me just being an idiot. So the gameplay you're seeing is my second playthrough, and I actually paid attention to what the game was telling me to do. Like the alt fire on your shotgun? Yeah, I just didn't use that at all in my first playthrough. It's pretty OP too. So, I know I'm preaching to the choir, but, you know, read the instructions for games. They tell you how to play them. On week 3, my PC broke. Fried motherboard. Yep. Had to wait a week to get a replacement. Life is like that sometimes, I guess. Lastly, we have golf with your friends. Similar to Doom Eternal, I played this game a couple hours here and there, but never really took the opportunity to actually enjoy it. If you don't have any friends, this game is probably not for you. That was a joke. Golf with your friends has public games where you can play with randoms, or you can just make a private game and get to change all sorts of settings and add in some cool modifiers. Like basketball, they've got you covered. Hockey, no problem. They also have an explore mode where it gives everyone a random ball type every game. The egg shape is deceivingly annoying. For a casual multiplayer game, you can't go wrong with golf with your friends. The courses vary from super easy to super frustrating, whatever you're in the mood for. We love golf. Golf with the boys. Friday night golf with the boys. Yeah, let's go. We only have 30 seconds.
Whoa.
In conclusion, all of these games were unique and fun to play in their own ways. For best soundtrack, I'd say Rivals of Aether takes the crown. For replayability, Doom Eternal probably has the win. For the casual multiplayer experience, I'd go with Golf with your friends, and for a quick arcade classic, I'd choose Pac-Man. I don't expect to love all of these games. I just think we started strong. That's all part of the idea behind Steam Game Shuffle. I want to dive deep into new experiences and see all the good, the bad, and everything in between. Yeah, none of these were perfect, but would I play these 4 titles again? Sure, why not? God, I love video games. I'll be compiling games to review for November and December as well, so be sure to stick around. This at least provides me with a somewhat consistent upload schedule until 2023, so I'll take what I can get. Game on, gamers. That's all for now. And hey, if you like this idea, try it yourself. Browse through your own library and see what you still haven't played. You may just find something you enjoy. See you guys later.